Welcome to the whole Mackie podcast, the movie news and reviews show.
Hi guys, welcome to the whole Mackie podcast, the movie news and reviews show. I'm one of your hosts, Fish, and I'm joined by the usual crowd, Mook, Tom, and Dickhead. Do you want to say hi, everybody?
Hey guys,
Hello.
what's up?
Just I'll plug my phone into my PC instead of my PlayStation.
What's everyone drinking today?
I'm not drinking anything
Never mind.
except my own saliva.
That's disgusting.
Drinking the Monster.
I was going to have a Monster, but I had one earlier, and I've had a Pro Plus, so I'll probably be like awake all night if I had another kind of Monster. But
Fair enough.
all right. If you can hear any beeping, it's only temporary. It's just a monitor for the kid.
Why drinking Monsters for not good for you?
What are you drinking, like Tom?
Whiskey.
It's proper good for you, that.
In moderation, it is.
So's Monster. Everything's good for you in moderation. Surely.
Exactly.
Well, to some
Monsters-
extent, obviously.
Monsters full of sugar, it makes you poo yourself.
I've never once shit myself after drinking Monster. So our main topic, we've got two main topics technically of today. We've got outside the house and One Division.
Outside the wire.
Outside the wire and One Division. Upside the Wire was a Netflix film with starring Anthony Mackie and some other people. And One
I thought it's
Division
called
was
Where's the Gate?
But then obviously we've got some news as well. Obviously we're going to do our usual schmick. What's everyone been up to this week?
Bored.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I've been watching some movies. Just watched Civil War.
Oh yeah.
I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube from the Sidemen playing Among Us.
We've been upgraded.
So, yeah.
Snazzy. I've
Yeah.
lost Mook's picture. It's come back now.
What are you doing, Tom? Oh, interesting, right? So I sleepwalk, and it turns out other people in the area sleepwalk too. But we all put on Mario pajamas and play Mario Kart outside using go-karts, chucking bananas. So next day you wake up just covered in fruit. Crazy.
It's one way to get you 5 a day, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want to
Good
know, are these goat karts? Are they like go karts but slightly goatish?
Like
Oh,
pedal
they-
go-karts.
You said goat karts. That's what you said.
Yeah, he did say go.
Oh, sorry for this.
So are they the greatest of all time karts?
Yeah. You be careful though, because if you don't put your feet in the right place, they'll bite your ankles off.
Ah, those goats. Pain in
Really
the leg, aren't they?
Mm.
Anyone watch any films then?
Hang
Well,
on.
obviously you watched
Liam,
Civil War.
what were you up to?
Oh, yeah,
what
what-
have you been up to?
You said nothing?
Nothing in particular based on this podcast, but
No. Is that a few power,
yeah.
a few power banks? I know Tom has.
What?
You see it in his face.
What?
And a smidge on his glasses as well. You might want to wipe that off.
What are you on about?
Nothing.
Are you trying to say I've had a wank before a podcast? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, mate. Not at all.
I'm sure you did. You told me before we started recording.
What? I
Yeah,
don't-
power one before you came on.
No.
so have we got any news then, guys, for this week?
Well, first off, I fell asleep watching the rest of Star Wars this week.
Oh, typical.
No surprise.
I woke up just before the fight between Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. I didn't even notice I fell asleep.
I did
I
not
was just-
notice you fell asleep.
No, I laid down.
You're asleep. How are you going to know? You're asleep.
No, but I laid down on the sofa, like this, watching film. And next thing I know, I'm getting woke up. And it's like the end.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fucking half a film fish.
I know. So I've got some news. Is it sad news? I don't know if it's sad. I wouldn't say if it was sad news or not. But Liam Neeson is quitting action movies.
No.
This is fresh. Relatively fresh. During a chat with Entertainment Tonight, Liam Neeson stated, "I'm 68 and a half, 69 this year, There's a couple more I'm going to do this year, hopefully, COVID allowing us. There's a couple in the pipeline, and then I think that'll probably be it, unless I'm in a Zimmer frame or something.
Hopefully he comes back in Kenobi series.
Well, he doesn't say what he's got, but apparently he said just finished Blacklight in Australia, and I did a fight scene with a kid, lovely sweet actor called Taylor, and halfway through the fight I looked up, I was breathless, and it didn't cost him a cent, and I said, Taylor, what age are you? Who talks like that? What age are you? He said 25. I said, that's the age of my eldest son. So that's mad. I mean, he's getting on a bit, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
yeah.
Like,
He's
Have
69
you
this
seen
year.
David
Everyone's favourite number.
Hasselhoff? He's getting on as well, isn't he?
who is David Hasselhoff? No one knows who
Leave
he
the
is.
podcast now. We don't know who David Hasselhoff is.
Obviously, I know who David Hasselhoff is,
Fucking
but
hell.
who?
You
Have
uncultured
you heard of
swine.
any? Have you heard of anything he's been in lately?
Baywatch
What if he's done anything?
with The Rock.
What he was in that for? What 10 seconds?
He was in it enough. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 as well.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah. So get in your place, bitch.
Well, I've got a bit of sad news.
Oh, go on then.
It's not going to be one of them weeks. I can delete this now. It's a screenshot. So
What I've seen online, the great Larry King has died.
Oh, no.
He's like Jimmy Fallon. He's got his own show and stuff, and he's had like loads of celebrities on his show and everything.
Not just that, a very long career in doing it, and he's like one of like the
Yeah.
greatest America has.
Yeah,
Sort of chat show host.
yeah. I just saw it on Facebook when I was scrolling
Oh, yeah. 87 years old, yeah.
Yeah.
Veteran.
today. So
Well, veteran US
Yeah.
talk show host. Not an
Yeah.
actual veteran. I didn't read the rest of the sentence.
all those wars he battled for us. for
Well,
the
he could have been
USA.
in war. You never know. Before
could have been.
going into the
Could have been.
thing.
What do I mean? Oh, I watched. I found this out recently. I watched Air Force One. Do you know with
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford? Did you on Amazon when on the telly when you scroll down you can see the actors, and apparently he used to be a model. I don't know why this has just got coming to my head, but Harrison Ford used to be a model.
Really?
He used to be a model.
Yeah, but back in the day, he used to look alright, didn't he?
Mm.
Is that what you say?
Well, this is what everyone says. It's Harrison Ford, isn't it?
I don't think I found
Indiana
out
Jones
anything
and
else
that.
this week. I ended up not doing much, but there was something else I found out. I can't remember what it was. A big Liam can hook us up here, but there was a big EastEnders cap off, wasn't there, or something?
There was.
A big arc finale, season finale-ish sort of deal.
Season finale in the
Was it
season
any
that
good?
never ends.
Because I've gone off EastEnders.
I
Yeah,
haven't
well,
watched
Ian,
it for years.
Ian
Yeah,
Beale, when he
sounds
was someone was trying to kill him. He's been spending the last few months working out who was trying to kill him. And
They
it was
should
over.
just nuke the entire show,
would you-
all the shows.
Do you know what I'm annoyed with? Bloody Coronation Street, because I don't have drag storylines on.
I suppose you've got to, though, innit? If you've got to create new stories every week, and it's
Like that one where that guy was abusing that woman and then she got put in jail for the crime she didn't commit. Because like he was driving her mad, like torturing her and that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Last time I watched the
It's been, like the
show,
main sort of show running like thing for the past like months, like from what I can remember.
No idea.
Big controversial storyline about
No
domestic
idea.
abuse and that.
I haven't watched it in years. Last time I watched it was that train crash.
Oh,
I haven't got
Travel-
any news as such, but there is some rumours on here
Oh, go on.
that I found.
The rumor has
So
it.
there's a couple of rumours to do with the new King Kong film, King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh yeah, that was it. Go on, you go
No.
though. You go.
I remember.
Well, these are just rumours, but one of them is there's two little bits. They're very, very little bits, but one of them is that they think that a toy has ruined, well, not ruined, but has given a little slight spoiler at a new weapon that King Kong might have in the film, which is a battle axe, because he uses a battle axe in his toy.
Oh,
that's come out. So there's a toy you can get of King Kong with a battle axe. So people are like, obviously he's going to use a battle axe in the film.
How have they forged that? That's what I don't get.
Well, it's like they do it all the time, and like sometimes Lego and like pop vinyls and stuff have like revealed stuff from like Marvel movies even. Because
There's a few spoilers for Captain Marvel come out, weren't there? When
spoilers
the
in the
pops come out.
Yeah, it's even like there was that one famously from Infinity War that they actually didn't happen in the end, but that's why people think it would have happened. That was the Hulk busting out of the Hulk Buster.
Oh yeah, I've seen that toy about sometimes.
People thought that must have been a thing that they must have just reshaped.
I mean, I would have loved to have seen that in Infinity War, but I think it made more sense for Bruce Banner not like for Hulk not to come out
Because
because
come out.
of
They basically
because
just killed
of
the character off.
yeah,
like,
but he was
Hulk's
scared
one of
of
the strongest.
Hulk was scared of Thanos because he couldn't defeat him. That's why Hulk didn't want to come out.
Yeah, but the whole point of Hulk is like the more you like knock him down, the stronger he gets.
Yeah, but Thanos, he was hitting Thanos, and it was like a fly was hitting Thanos. It was nothing to Thanos, and that's why Hulk did not want to come out.
Beat him up, didn't he?
And the other
walking
bit of
away.
Godzilla, King Kong thing I've got. Apparently, there's a movie post that's come out, and all it says here. I don't know why they think it. To be fair, but it just says in this new movie poster, it suggests that they might have flipped the original story over, because in the original story, Kong's the hero and Godzilla's sort of the villain role. But they're saying this time around, maybe it looks like from the poster that Godzilla will be the hero role and Kong will be the villain.
That's what I was going to touch on when you mentioned King Kong, and it sparked my memory.
Yeah.
So I've seen the poster. No, it's been pushed up. It's coming. It's coming out in a couple of months.
I forgot like backdated because of COVID and that.
We're getting a trailer on Sunday. Apparently,
tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
It's a shame cinemas aren't open though, because movies like that they're really good for cinemas.
Watching on Monday. Yeah, it is. It is a shame, but yeah, we're getting a trailer on Sunday, and the poster's like King Kong in a city with like flames and shit, and then like quite far away in smoke, and then Godzilla's approaching him in the water. So it looks like Godzilla's coming to save the day. Which, to be fair, when you think about the films, King Kong clearly was a bit of a bad guy in the Skull Island film, wasn't he? And then Godzilla's been portrayed as the hero all the way through him. So I suppose it kind of makes sense for Godzilla to be the good guy. But then, don't you think they'll probably Batman v Superman it as well? Just bring in like some random bad guy and they'll team up to fight at the end.
Possibly.
Definitely, isn't it?
Because
maybe they'll bring in Mecha Shidori.
Yeah, because otherwise they won't be able to do a King Kong 2, will they?
I mean, what did you think of the monsters in the first Godzilla film?
All right, yeah. I enjoyed the first
bird
Godzilla
one was
film.
terrifying. Where like it comes out that volcano and like it just vaporizes everything that flies past.
The second one, you mean?
That's the second one. That.
Yeah.
You're thinking the EMP monster thingy bobbers from the first one. Yeah. I thought that was all right. I like that film.
It's good. It's a really good film. I meant to watch it in cinema. I'd probably say
got the
yeah, I saw it in cinema, the first one.
Because it's got that guy from Kick-Ass, hasn't it?
Quicksilver.
Yeah. Quicksilver.
I can't remember his name either.
No.
I don't know. I can't remember what his name is. We're a sham. What type of movie podcast is this?
And the only other thing, because someone mentioned Thanos earlier, it's a rumor. It's like purely rumor, and it's from a guy who I have no idea if he knows anything about the movies, but the guy who actually created Thanos, Thanos' comic co-creator Jim Starlin, says he expects that Thanos will appear again in Eternals. But that's not been confirmed by anyone. But he just says,
how's he able to return? He's dead.
Well, isn't he somewhat related to them?
Yeah, he is somehow related to them, I think.
So, like, yeah. I don't know. A flashback,
well, obviously,
maybe?
I don't think, from what I can gather anyway, I don't think he's someone related to the films. But still, obviously,
I found out. Aaron Taylor Johnson, that's his name.
Yeah.
That's why we couldn't remember his name, because it's a long ass name. Oh.
It's 3 names in one, isn't it?
Elizabeth Olsen's in it as well. Okay, Wanda.
Oh, yeah, she was. Yeah, because people were like, oh, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Twins in one film and married in another.
Oh yeah, she. I don't know. That's a bit weird. He's married to his sister in another film. That's a bit. That's a bit weird.
I've seen something else today.
And the only other thing I've got that is I've only got because it's very loosely, but well, no, it's not very loosely, but it's not even really news. But it's rock related.
Can
So
you smell what the rock is cooking?
Some rock news in. Now, the only bit of this news, or at least it's news to me, I don't know if you guys already knew this, but apparently Hawkman is going to be in the Black Adam movie. I didn't know that he was in it, but the way that this news story is written, it's like it was a known fact, but I don't know if you guys knew that.
I have no idea who Hawkman is.
Well, Black Adam's, the actor who's playing Hawkman is called Aldis Hodge. He's just given some respect to The Rock by saying that he looks at The Rock's career for inspiration for his own career.
Huh. So,
and obviously they're going to be playing together, him as Black Adam and him as Hawkman.
I'm annoyed at The Rock because he's got on Instagram, he's got his own like tequila brand, Tamara or something like that. But it's only available in the States, so I can't buy it.
So you're annoyed at The Rock for that? Did you hear that, Dwayne? Tom's annoyed at you.
Just comes smashing through his wall, through his virtual background, and just punches him in the face. People's elbow.
It'll probably do worldwide shipping eventually, but I'm just saying like it's only available in the States at the moment.
It's quite new, isn't it?
Well, actually, there's. I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin's got his own beer, his own ale, and it's called Broken Skull IPA, and I really want to try it, but it's only available in the US.
Huh.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is.
Yeah. I was kind of gutted because I really wanted to try it.
So, in Warner Bros. News, Christopher Nolan has parted ways for good, apparently. Basically, because of the whole HBO Max thing. So it was like, you didn't tell anybody that you were doing this, because the HBO Max thing is all movies from Warner Bros. Are going on HBO Max and in cinema in America at the same time. And because of that, he fell out of him. And now he's come out and said that he is no longer going to be making any movies for Warner Bros. So that's a thing that's happened. That's quite a big thing that's happened as well.
That is quite a big thing to be fair.
And James Bond, There's Always Time to Die, has moved again to October.
Yeah, yeah.
God, he's got plenty of time to die.
He's got loads of time to die. And Morbius and Uncharted have both been moved to 2022.
For God's sake, I was looking forward to Morbius.
Morbius is January the 21st, which doesn't say much. It does say much, or it can do. It can say much.
Can it?
If it's moved to January, is known as the graveyard of movies, isn't it? Like, no one goes to see a film in January. So that might be worrying. And Uncharted is February the 11th, which...
I think a lot of movies that are going to be coming out or will come out, they're going to suffer because of what's happening with COVID and everything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And obviously, there's that new fucking variant now, isn't there? It's like we're all fucked, I guess.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is
Grim.
Morbius coming out in January might be a bit of a shitter. Might mean it's a bit shit. But then again, it might not. It might just be because everything's fucked at the moment. And Uncharted, we haven't seen anything for Uncharted yet, apart from a few set photos, and there's some photos on IMDb as well.
I am looking forward to that.
Batman either.
Might
be anything about
that. Oh, when is the Batman coming? When's the Batman coming out?
I don't know. I've heard nothing about it.
I'm sure I saw something on
2022
on Facebook about
March the 4th.
When I'm finding that out, going back earlier, we're about like things that suggested something that didn't happen. Cyberpunk, they're getting sued.
Again, or still?
Yeah. Well, still, but like it just keeps building up apparently because of that trailer and everything they're doing.
What trailer?
Well, basically, they released a trailer for the game, and none of the stuff in the trailer is in the game. They've like cut loads of stuff out, so it's like they're trying to get them done for false marketing, because the game's like full of bugs and that.
Yeah.
But apparently, they've released a new update, patch like 2 or something like that, or 1.1. 1.1.
Yeah.
And like not much improvement.
Because
they are struggling. I feel sorry for them, really.
Isn't it more of a hot fix than a massive patch? Apparently, like it's more of like fixes here and there, and then apparently it spawned more bugs or something.
I don't know. I think like the games, because they've released it for PS4, it should be for PS5 only, but they've put it on PS4 and it can't handle it. The game's just too powerful for PS4, so it's
Yeah.
just full of glitches and bugs. Blue screen's probably the main issue, and then like just like when you're traversing the world, you'll have like people with like wacky hairstyles, people glitching into surfaces. Like so, you'll kill someone and you have to scan the body to do a mission, and they'll just fall through the floor, so you can't scan the body to complete the mission.
I've not been on it in a long time. so-
No,
To be fair, I played it for a while. I stopped playing it because obviously it was broken. Then that patch came out, started playing it again. But now I just get really bored of it. I
Ooh.
can't play it. So until like they fix the game properly and I can actually play it without any issues, I'm just gonna leave it.
I
I've
get
just
what
got
you
a
mean.
bit.
Disappointing.
I've just
might
scrolled
start
through.
Witcher 3 again, to be honest with you.
I've just scrolled through a bit of news here. Apparently, Marvel reportedly wants Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique in Doctor Strange 2.
What's that off though? What news is this off?
Don't like her, me.
I don't like her either.
We got this covered.com.
I wouldn't trust them.
I'm gonna say that we've got this bollocks because that's what I'm gonna say. I think it's lies.
No, we haven't got it, bollocks.
There was a Superman and Lois trailer. Did
BBC
anybody
lies.
see that? Anybody see the Superman and Lois trailer?
Yeah.
No.
No. I watched it. And...
I would like to see Jennifer Lawrence back as Mystique. Like
I wouldn't.
she was good.
No, I wouldn't. Either.
A Quiet Place Part 2 has been delayed again until September 21. At least it's still coming out this year.
What's Quiet Place?
Quiet Place is the film where they're not allowed to make a noise, otherwise the monsters get them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Really, really good. Did you watch it, Si?
No.
I didn't think you would. Pussy.
Not my type of film.
Pussy.
The new Resident Evil trailer has been released.
Oh, for
Well,
the game. Yeah, and there's a
yeah.
demo as well, which acts more like a prequel apparently than an actual, demo. I suppose I won't want to spoil anything from the thingy, from the game itself. I can't find anything else interesting on here. Shall we move on to our next topic? Or has anybody got any more nows?
Well, I'm trying to find this news that I saw on Facebook. It was about apparently DC wanting to reprise the role of Michael Keaton as Batman because the MCU wasn't doing anything with his villain Vulture. Or was it Vulture?
Yeah, it was Vulture, yeah.
Yeah.
Vulture, who is in Morbius.
Yeah, it's going to be in Morbius, isn't he? In January 21st, so we've just found out that recently, today, now, 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, but I think that if they're going to do Vulture, then they should bring Michael Keaton back as Vulture.
I imagine they will.
Because it's sort of a continuing thing. So whether that bit that I saw is actually true or not, don't know.
Well, I've just seen that apparently Hitman 3 has got a hidden reference to the Untitled Goose Game. If anyone knows that, little Easter egg there.
Not
I was thinking of
the,
getting that game,
new
on PS5.
Hitman.
It's one of the newer ones, isn't it, obviously? So the Hitman 1,
Apparently,
2,
if
3
you're in the Germany level, in the Germany level, you can see a sign that says "No Geese" and has the goose picture from the Untitled Goose Game, like with a crossover. Pretty good.
Speaking of the PS5, apparently, praise the gods, they've actually got like actual stock in shops. So rather than like risking it buying it online and like get like a bit of cat food or having some UPS guy or other delivery drivers available nicking your bloody PS5, you can go into a shop and buy one and it's yours unless someone tries to fight you for it.
Well, yeah, but then you can't really, if you're if you live in where we're living, where there's like no tech shops or anything, no curries or anything.
Yeah,
Well,
you're kind of screwed, aren't you?
Well, if yous are all right, I'm pretty fucked.
Why are we all right?
Because you've got Sainsbury's and Argos.
Oh shit! Yeah, you don't live around here anymore.
You keep forgetting that, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Every now and again, it just slips my mind.
but we can't go to like Curry's or anything because it's too far out.
Let's have a quick skeg on Curry's.
Biscuit for a biscuit. Put my.
I mean, I could order it online on Argos when I paid off my thing, but
Right, let's move on anyway.
Vaping.
Listeners of the show don't want to hear this.
well, anyway, yeah.
So
viewers in Mexico and USA going, "Oh, get on with it."
yeah, we don't have Sainsbury's over here. What's that about?
What's the Sainsbury's? It's like
People in America are
imagine if Walmart
fuming
was like
about it,
just
though.
a corner part.
I don't think Mexico have Walmart either.
I don't know. I don't live in Mexico. But
Yeah, they have El Walmart.
oh God. But yeah, I've seen a lot of kickoff in America over the PlayStation 5. Like there was a Walmart with a PlayStation 5 console in a box with it's a demo set up for you to play. Then they didn't have any to sell, but they had one in a case. And we've got PlayStation controllers and cameras, and that's it. But I can't buy a fucking PlayStation 5. Anyway, let's move on to our first review of the week. First review of the week. Do you just want to do? Oh, fuck off, beeping, man. Do you just want to do Wandavison or Inside the Wire first?
Outside the wire.
Which
Let's do
one?
WandaVision first, because I feel like
let's
that's the smaller thing.
Oh, well,
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
I've got
Cool.
something.
So, I
Wonder
didn't write any
WandaVision.
notes. I forgot to write notes for Wandavison.
I didn't
But
write
it was
half
a
I never
of
write
right
notes.
now.
It's all in here.
Stop
It's all in
fucking
here.
beeping. I don't know if I don't think that noise comes through the computer.
No, we
It comes
can't
right
hear
through
it.
my ear and it's doing
I
my
can't hear
routine.
beeping. Basically, Fish is annoyed at his baby monitor.
It's not a baby monitor. It's my PC keeps going. Blibbidi-boo, blibbidi-boo, blibbidi-boo.
Tell it shut up.
Anyway, so we'll go straight into spoilers because it's a TV show.
Spoiler
Spoiler
alert.
Warning.
Spoiler warning. Anyone who's listening, watching, whatever, pause it, fuck off, come back after you've watched it. A lot of stuff happens this week.
Yeah,
Very good episode.
She has a
I
baby.
I actually enjoyed it this time.
Just two babies.
But I'm
I
still
swore
confused.
there.
I'm still-
Just two babies.
I'm still a bit confused. Like I don't
He
know
loves-
what's happening.
Nobody
Fragile
nobody
mind, just
thought
like,
you
what's
wouldn't be.
happening?
I don't understand. I don't understand. They're in a sitcom. It's
But-
4x3 and there's no Iron Man.
But it is getting interesting.
Stanley hasn't made a cameo yet.
Oh, don't.
Well, I mean,
that
they
makes me
could
sad.
put a skeleton in the corner of the
Oh,
room and say
God.
that's him.
Oh, fucking hell.
So she has babies, very weirdly, and they're trying to keep it from the village because obviously who gets pregnant in a day, that heavily pregnant in a day, and then some Vision starts to notice things, doesn't he?
Yeah. He
So
catches on.
That was pretty cool, I think, when it was like, I think there's something seriously wrong here, Wanda, and it's like just literally got cuts back instead of it being like
Yeah.
reverse, it just kind of like glitches back. I thought that was pretty cool. I did like the a lot. Well, I liked it all really. The build up of tension towards the end
Yeah.
was very well done, I think. But I'll let somebody else talk.
Best bit is where Vision goes outside and that neighbour's just cutting the hedge and he's like digging into the bloody wall and he's like, I think you missed the hedge there. And he's like, all right, cheers.
Oh.
He's like,
Cheers,
it's still
man.
going.
Yeah.
I like that bit. That was cool.
The funniest one, and I don't know like if it's just my humour being like sadistic, but do you know a bit where like it does the advert and it's like, oh, do you want to get away from it all? And it goes to, like spa. It's like Hydra Spa. I thought it was like I'm not, actually no, I'm not going to speak.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It rhymes with orange juice.
No,
A little
I was gonna
bit.
say something, I'll tell you after the podcast, but I can't do it. 'cause
I
it'll
feel
offend someone.
like I know what you mean. I feel like Simon hasn't got a clue. But I think like we know what you're talking about. I think
Yeah, but that
Simon's
was quite
like,
funny.
I'll know after the podcast.
hello. That is actually an Easter egg, isn't it, to Agents of Shield? I found this out today. I watched a breakdown video. He in Agents of Shield, Coulson's like, oh, it's worse than the time with the Hydra brainwash soap, and a woman's like, what do you mean? It's like the something in the soap gets in your bloodstream and then slowly mind controls you. That's what that is a hint to.
I haven't seen Shield, Agents of Shield for ages.
Nah, same.
I've been wanting to watch it just because obviously I know Ghost Rider appears in it.
And
Well,
Blade, does Blade appear in it as well? Or is
I
it just
don't
Ghost
know.
Rider? I think it's just Ghost Rider.
But I thought it was quite good. Like, obviously at the start I was like, what's going on still? And then, but as it was getting like towards the end, as you saw like the glitches and stuff, you started to like realize, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And then when she mentions, is it Petrie or
Petrov?
Petrov? And
Quicksilver.
Pedro.
yeah, and she says, oh, he got killed by Ultron, and she's like, what the fuck?
What did you say?
I did.
She's
Yes,
like,
what did you say?
I said, what a lovely girl you are. Ooh.
Like,
Oh,
no,
what did you say?
Before that. Yeah, then she starts
Yeah,
to
and
click
then-
on, and then she gets
Yeah.
Hadoukened out of the. No, what's the Skyrim thing? What's the
Postmodern!
She goes flying out of the thing.
Yeah, I thought it was a good ending,
that
and I
got
kind
me
of
is where,
wait
like,
for next week.
They're trying to hint to Vision, and they're like they can't. Like they want to say it, but like it's like
Yeah.
they keep
Or
like stopping themselves.
he
Like,
wants-
we want to tell you, but they can't tell him.
Yeah, but Agatha doesn't want him to, but he kind of wants to, and he's like, nothing, bye.
Yeah.
Isn't she meant to be like one of the? I don't want to say villain, because she's not a villain, but she is meant to be something in the MCU.
I don't know.
There's rumors and speculation that she's somewhat connected to Mephisto. Who's like I can't remember if he's Marvel's devil or if he's like just a powerful demon of some kind. I can't remember.
Well,
what
did
it
you?
is.
Well, I rewatched from episode 1, and then obviously I went on to 3 the other day. Did any of you get what the B guy was?
No.
I had no
I said
idea
it might.
who
I said it
was.
might have been a hint towards Swarm,
No idea.
but I don't know if it actually is or not. I imagine it's just some sort of.
It's
Like,
like
I
watching Truman Show, but it's like because it's piece by piece every week. It's more sort of intense than watching the Truman
Like
Show.
I rewatched it just to see if I could see anything like that I missed, but I couldn't. Like when she finds the helicopter in that toy helicopter, I was like trying to look on the helicopters to see anything significant.
Well, that has the
That's the shield logo. on it.
shield, the sword
But it's-
logo thing on it.
And she has the sword logo on the necklace.
Yeah.
What's she called? That woman. What was her name?
No idea.
I can't remember what her name was. The one
But
who
yeah,
gets
it's all
blasted
heating
out
up
the
now,
thing.
and there's more and more cracks.
Yeah, starting to show. Do you think at the end, Joe, when it widens and goes into the real world, and you see her get blasted? I can't remember. Geraldine, you see Geraldine get blasted out of the thing and land.
Yeah.
It goes obviously widescreen and normal 16:9, normal HD ratio. Do
Yeah.
you think it's going to stay like that for the next episode?
No, I think
Or do you
it'll go
that
back.
think it's going to go back?
I think
I
it'll
don't
go
know.
back, and then something else will happen. I think in the next couple of episodes, I think we'll start to figure out what is actually happening.
It's like a 2 ratio, isn't it? It's like the first 2 episodes are black and white, then the third one's in color. So I
Well,
think it'll be like 2
The
episodes where it's
second
like
one
in
ended
small.
in colour, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but because obviously it was still in her world when it spread out, when the screen went spread out to widescreen. I just didn't know if you thought it might stay like that for her.
She's clearly in a
I doubt
facility
it.
by the looks of it.
Yeah, she's definitely in a facility.
'Cause you
But-
you see all them pylon things like in a it's like all
Yeah, but
distorted.
but the thing
Even
is,
if, even if like look at like when Vision's talking to his neighbours, if you look at the background, the trees aren't real. You know, have you noticed?
So clearly
didn't
green
notice
screen or pictures or something in it.
Yeah.
Well, even the guy says that you can't leave the town. It's
Yeah,
like,
that guy's like, oh,
he ultimately like, you can't
small
skip
towns, you just can't leave. And it's like, Vision's like, what?
What do you mean? Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. He straight up gives his powers away to that guy, by the way, doesn't he? Just picks him up and fucks off. Let's
Yeah,
go.
he does, yeah.
Yeah,
the doctor.
it was like we were flying. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Nothing much more to say now, is there really, about this? Like,
I don't know. I mean,
anyone have
I
any
think
theories?
all we can do is just recommend people watch it because it's
Yeah.
like you might think, oh, it's not what you used to with Marvel, but honestly, give it a
It's-
go.
it's a
Because
slow,
there's
very
not
slow
else to watch
start.
really, but it plays on your mind. It keeps you guessing. It's something enjoyable. You can watch it over and over again and think, what's happening here? You can sort of piece it together. I think it's good.
I think it's good as well.
Hmm.
Anyone have any theories, Ross? Anyone think that something?
I've got a feeling Shield is involved somehow.
Well, Sword's involved in it.
Yeah, well, Sword's like Shield's younger brother, but it deals with
I
the more
think-
mystic, spacey side of it.
I
This is
want
what
to
I
see
think.
Nick Fury come back. Samuel L. Jackson.
I'm sick of these motherfucking illusions in this motherfucking show.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
think
it'd be
it's
interesting as well to
basically
see with the kids in
after
it.
Infinity War, obviously the death of Vision, spoilers.
Mm.
I think it's basically Wanda's had a breakdown. She can't cope with the loss of Vision, so they've
It's after-
knocked her out or sedated her, and then put her in this false reality like Truman Show, and they're basically putting her in there to make her cope with it
Mm.
until they can find out how to sort it or
Well,
bring
it's-
Vision back or something like that.
Well, it's after Endgame, isn't it? But they
That's
can't
what
bring
he's-
Vision back.
Well, they could because technically it's just Jarvis in it, but the stone's like powering the suit. So if they can like
It's
somehow
not the
get
suit.
Jarvis,
It's not a suit though. It's hit. That's his body. That's
Yeah, I
what's
know.
powering in him. He can't exactly change it.
well,
Without
let's get
without-
a new power source or something like that, and then like
Without-
try and get Jarvis into a new body or something like that. They'll be trying to sort something out anyway, but that's what I think it is. I think they've put her in this false reality thing to try and make her cope without causing damage because you know what she's like when she gets like angry or thing that she
Yeah.
goes mental. So having a risk of other people getting involved to the point where she just like rewind time and that.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you guys think of the Stark scene?
It was pretty funny that to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the bit when they went into the room and it was just stood like against the wall.
Yeah.
When she
But,
picks up the fruit and she covers her belly with her fruit. And it's
Yeah.
like, the woman's like, "Oh, fruit!" It's like, how can you not tell?
I know.
Because it's a sitcom scenario, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. It's just really funny.
I have a theory. So there's rumours that Doctor Strange 2, Wanda's going to be the bad guy. Like, probably more in the sense of that Iron Man was the bad guy in Civil
You mean the
War.
bad girl?
So my theory is that Agatha, because there's a villain, as you will, rather than a bad guy, who is named similar to Agatha. I can't remember what the name is. So I think that she's the bad guy of this, the villain of this,
Mm.
working for Mephisto, and she's put her in this world that she's in. She thinks so. Mind controlled her to think that she wants to be in this world that she's in. And towards the end of the season, obviously at the end, when she gets out of it and finds out that Vision is actually still dead, and maybe her kids aren't real, her kids are actually dead because they're not actually real. You know what I mean? After all that, she has a mental breakdown, and then she's the villain for Doctor Strange 2. That's my theory. If she is the villain for Doctor Strange 2, but then obviously she might not be.
It is linked
What I've just
somehow
said might
in
be wrong.
the show, and Doctor
It
Strange
will
2 are linked.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
will be linked to Doctor Strange
what
2
if,
multiverse.
What if Doctor Strange has trapped her in a reality thing, sort of keeping a watch on her while he's done that, and then she breaks out with that, and then in Doctor Strange he has to sort of like find a way to help her.
Imagine if at the end
So she
he kind
becomes
of
a
like
bit of a villain, but like
shows
he
up.
has to make her realize.
Imagine if he shows up at the end. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I still don't know if
Horrendous, really.
How many episodes of WandaVision is there going to be?
No.
9. Well, so yeah, it was definitely a good episode. Anyway,
Yeah, it was definitely a more enjoyable one.
I mean, I like the other two anyway. So, anyone else got anything else to say about it?
No.
No.
Good to see if those kids carry on from this, because there's hints that those kids are going to be in the new like young Avengers.
Well, they were in
They
the
seem
Young
like they-
Avengers in the comics, weren't they?
gearing towards.
But to be fair, going off on Tom's theory about them bringing back Vision, I would like to see that. If they can somehow manage to bring Vision back, I don't know how they can do it, but if they do, it would be good to see him back.
Yeah. There's the whole thing as well, like Vision doesn't act like he does in the films in this, does he?
No.
So it's like what Wanda wants Vision to be like, or what Wanda pictures Vision like.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So yeah, shall we move on to our final subject?
We shall.
Of the day.
Yeah. Let's open the gate beyond the fence. Into...
Outside the wire.
Yeah.
Let's open the fence and go past the wire, above it, under it, maybe even through it.
Yeah.
But not
land
over
outside
6
of it.
feet tall. I've got some notes. I've got loads of notes.
I've only got a few.
So many. I'll read my non-spoiler ones first, and we'll do a non-spoiler round. So,
Civil War in Europe. U.S. troopers sent as peacekeepers.
Gumps, robotic soldiers, were sent by the Pentagon. So it starts as a gunfight between US and Europe, whoever the bad guys in Europe are. I didn't read that
Wait,
much
it's
into it.
Russian militia.
Is that what it is?
Led by a warlord, yeah.
Van turns up. Drone pilot wants to shoot it. Not allowed to shoot it. He insists he shoots it. He shoots it. He kills 2 Marines. And he gets done in for disobeying a direct order. Gets sent for an assignment instead of being discharged. He's assigned to Captain Leo, who is Anthony Mackie. And the mission is that him and Lieutenant Harp, is the main character, have to find Victor Corville and stop him from getting nuclear codes and bombing the US. Is the general gist, I think, of the show, of the film.
Much it, yeah.
Without spoiling anything.
Yeah.
I've got me rest of my notes. Anyone else want to say anything before? Obviously, I just.
Well, I'll say I haven't seen this. But I actually thought it would be a good idea not to see it because this is going to be something that people listening to this podcast probably haven't seen. So I was thinking it was a good idea because if I've not seen it, you can explain it to me.
Oh, yeah, then you can decide whether or not it would be something you. Okay, well, we'll
You can see what the overall opinion is from
That's a poor excuse for not watching the film.
not watching the film, but
secretly
That's a
having
good
too
film, to
many.
be fair.
Secretly having too many masturbation sessions.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good movie. To be fair, I mean, I thought some of the executions that he did, that the guy who plays Falcon did, were
Anthony
a bit
Mackie.
like
Cut the check.
Were a bit like the John Wick kills, the executions.
Yeah, there was
Just
some
remind
nods
me-
in there as well. There was some nods, weren't there?
Mm,
He says at one point, I can do this all day when trying to get information out of a Russian spy.
yeah.
He runs like the Terminator bad guy from Terminator 2.
Mm,
He does, yeah.
Extremely quickly, but then sometimes it looks like he's putting too much effort in and not going anywhere very fast.
yeah.
but you've not, so what's the elements of him being an android? What's that got to do with any of this?
He is completely robotic. He's not human at all. He's when he first shows Lieutenant Harp. It's in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler. When he first shows Lieutenant Harp, Harp's like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" Because he's like
Yeah.
completely transparent from like the neck down to his like stomach.
Yeah.
Completely transparent, like not like invisible transparent, like a shell with like cables and wires.
Yeah.
And stuff
He has like a
spines
suit on
and stuff.
underneath, but it's like a
But
it's almost like a weird like sort of material like that replicates skin, but actually it's not skin. It's stronger than
Yeah.
skin.
But on the inside, you can see like what looks like not brain cells, obviously, because it's not in
A nervous
head.
system.
Yeah, nerve system, like just working around, and it actually looks. It does. He looks like humans, but obviously he's robotic.
Yeah.
It's like extremely advanced AI.
Yeah. He can't disobey. He can't break the law. Well, he can't break order. Can he? He can't.
No.
So he can't just go around killing people. And he's super strong. He's super fast. and he's obviously extremely intelligent AI. Apparently, Mackie's look is because it a face that portrays neutrality and keeps people calm, rather than being big buff white man.
Not buffed up Big Mac Man.
Buffed up big back man. Yeah, I've marked that one down. Don't know what else I can say. The gunshots, the effects in this are all around are pretty decent, I think. There's some dodgy looking
Pretty
explosions.
realistic, to be fair.
Yeah, but what I noticed straight away was like when they're shooting, the full screen like vibrates just ever so slightly with every gunshot, and I thought that adds like a gritty sort of
Yeah.
realism. Turn that off.
Oh, there is one bit that I found hilarious, and I had to rewind it and pause it to make sure I saw what I saw.
Go on. Would you say it was a spoiler or not?
Well, sort of not a massive spoiler, but it's only like a bit of the film. It's the bit where, where he shoots that guy he kills that guy after he gets information off him. And then that fat guy that's in the car gets out and goes, "What are you doing?" I noticed. I had to rewind it. He's got a fucking sandwich in his hand. What was he going to do? I'll kill you with this sandwich. I don't know what he had in his hand, but he had food in his hand.
Big lettuce beat down.
He had food in his hand, and it was like, what the fuck are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like, sit on him.
What about the villains in this then? The bad guys, have they got?
Bad guy, Victor what's his name? Victor Kalvov?
Calvo.
Korval. Victor Korval.
Koval.
Didn't he play Zod in Superman?
No.
No, he played a guy off Game of Thrones.
Are you thinking of Man of Steel, Simon? Or...
Yeah, Man of Steel.
No, that was a completely different guy.
Evil guy in that.
Yeah,
Killed
he's a
one of the
warlord
dragons.
who wants to make Ukraine a part of Russia. Got too much and ended up pissing off too much of the EU, so the US had to be called for help. Apparently, he wants to kill loads of people with nukes.
Very topical, right, Tom? In it.
Oh, he's in.
It's almost based on like true events.
He's in the film Lucy.
See.
Sure, it's the same guy from Man of Steel.
So I've got here, when they try to deliver some vaccine, something to somewhere, goes a little bit tits up. And when they get somewhere, there's the informant wasn't the clinic I put. They go to a school to get some kind of, it's an orphanage, to talk to a woman of where she thinks this bad guy is, this vocal. Because they think he's one step away from getting to the silos. Sends him to an armed dealer who might know some stuff, and there's this fight scene, and all I've put is pretty cool fight. Mackie is rapid as fuck.
Yeah, he was quite
He's
rapid,
like snapping people's arms and like disabling people.
Yeah, it's proper cool how he does it. How it's all done as well. Don't know what else to say. Like, I've done that thing, Joe.
To the Extraction movie, but not as violent.
Yeah.
Everything's very clean, like execution-wise. Whereas on Extraction, it's more like if someone gets shot in the head, there's more blood.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
People get bloody wrecked though. Not gonna lie, like it's pretty nitty-gritty.
Aye. So I can't. I've done that thing where I just watch the film and write down everything on my phone. So I can't really say much else without spoiling it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm surprised you got like notes halfway, then you fell asleep, and it's like, oh shit.
I was close. I was laid down, like really comfortable. I was like, I can't. This is the topic of the week. I can't fall asleep.
Yeah, but it was a good film. Like,
yeah,
I would watch it again.
I'd watch it again, but like I wouldn't say it's worth a watch. But I won't watch it like multiple times because the ending ruins it for it. I think.
I thought it was a bit long, maybe. But I say, as a non-spoiler roundup, I'd probably say I liked it. It wasn't the most amazing film in the world. Compared to Netflix originals, I'd say it wasn't quite as good as like The Old Guard.
The Old Guard was
Old
mint.
Guard was class.
So if you're putting it to par with Netflix movies, and you think Old Guard's quite high because that was quite good, it's like a bit further down, I reckon.
If we've got like Extraction, Old Guard, then open the fence.
To be fair, the Old Guard would be in my top 5.
It's like Charlize Theron, what she's called. She's absolutely class actor. I love her.
Oh, she's brilliant. She was in The Italian Job as well with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. So
it's like a female John Wick. Class.
Out of 5, non-spoilers. Out of 5.
4.
Oh yeah, I was going to say about maybe 4, 3.5, 4.
3.5, 4. Yeah.
So are you ready for this? We're going to go into spoiler. We're going to go into spoiler territory now. Spoiler territory. Spoilers. Turns out, Leo, Mackie, wanted to do this anyway with the help from the Resistance, who we got the information from at the orphanage. So it turns out at the end, Mackie's the bad guy. What? Because he thinks it's for the greater good for him to destroy his creators because he believes he's the face of everlasting war. And if he stops them from creating more versions of him, war will cease eventually, I guess.
Well, because it turns out like it wasn't... the UN got involved for humanitarian reasons, and obviously the US stepped in to back them up. Then it became more of a US political thing against Russia, saying you can't have Ukraine because Ukraine deserves its independence, even though Russia had legit claims to take it back, even though the UN would probably disagree. So it's kind of like that sort of thing, like what happened in like the news a couple of years ago or whatever, where Russia wants Ukraine back.
So I've got in a lot more detail here. Needs to deliver vaccine. Goes a bit tits up. Corvu's men attack the transport. They go to the clinic on foot. Sneaky bad guy looking man has a sniper rifle. Shoots some people. It's edited quite badly at this bit, right? So this guy goes to kill Mackie and the other guy, Harp. We call him Gummy Bear because that's his nickname. His girlfriend gives him Gummy Bear because he eats gummy.
And he eats gummy bears whilst he's like.
So they go to kill him. They go to kill him, right? And in one shot, from the sniper's point of view, it's aimed right at Mackie's chest. And then in the next shot, when the gunshot goes off, it just hits some random bystander. Like, as if he's just got it lined up like this. Like the sniper.
Like he fires a shot, doesn't he? And the guy just dodges it.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like that. I know what they were going for, but I don't think it looked like that enough.
Yeah.
So then I've got shoots people. Mackie one bangs him and tries to get him for. So literally, he just kind of pulls a pistol and just like fucking aimbots him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like some Warzone cheater shit.
Like some Fizz Jarvis, just fucking.
Yeah. Tries to get info out of him, but he doesn't. And that's when he says I can do this all day. But he kind of gives him up, doesn't he? He gives them up to the locals who've just shot people in a normal clinic.
I think it was brutal, like the way when he was like pressing his thumb into the hole. It was like, oh my god!
Shot him in the artery, didn't he? In his neck.
Yeah.
So he was bleeding out slowly, and he kept forcing his thumb into it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's quite nasty. I've got here as well. Like, you like the stickiness of his finger going in. That was quite good for visual effects and that.
Need to cut. He makes out as if he needs to cut a tracker out of his back, so the Russians can't track him, which is like.
The Russians can't detect the tracker.
Yeah.
But it's actually
even though they've been driving in enemy territory for like 8 hours.
Yeah. I'll put here, Mackie has some skills. I like it when he throws a grenade, jumps back and shoots it. There's a fight scene in there. There's like a big building. Kind of when the main character starts to click onto the fact that Mackie's a bad guy.
Yeah.
There's a big gunfight in a building. Mackie takes out several gumps. He's proper wrecking them. And at one point, he has a grenade. He throws it. He turns around, jumps backwards, and shoots it, and it blows the robot up. That's pretty cool. Big gunfight. Leo tells Harp to call in a drone strike to kill Koval. No Marines, only Gumps on the US side show up. General orders the strike, saying that Leo is expendable. Drone strike kills civilians. Leo and Harp survive, obviously, but at this point now, the US government don't know that Leo is alive, and they've got the codes. The tracker wasn't a tracker, but a fail-safe, and now the general thinks Leo is destroyed. Leo knocks out Harp and says he's just saved his life, and to kind of walk away. But he wakes up, gets kidnapped by resistance men, and then finds out Leo has gone rogue and that he's going to launch the nuclear strike on the US. I've put here, Leo kills Koval with a flag. Like,
yeah, because Koval sort of shoots at him, and then he sort of grabs a flag and does like.
Because he like wrecks like
he
4
breaks
dudes.
his arm first, doesn't he? Then he takes out all his men.
Yeah.
And then.
And then he throws a flag. Well, there's this really dodgy CGI moment where like dolphin dives through one car window and comes out the other.
Yeah.
It looks proper wonky. And then he picks the flag up and just throws it back through the window and it pins Koval.
He sort of like
he
jumps to the side.
That car, that woman comes out car and he blows it off like a shotgun. That's brilliant. Bomb bangs.
He sort of jumps he has the flag in his hand. He jumps to the side like a Max Payne jump, and then he throws it through the window into
Koval, because he's gone there to stop him from going to the nuclear silos.
Yeah.
What have I got? So Hart finds out after he's kidnapped, goes back to the base to tell the general. Tells him Leo's alive and has gone AWOL. Then I've put here, Harp calls Bale. Now Bale isn't mentioned throughout the whole film. He's sat with her at the beginning when he makes the dodgy drone strike. If you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't know who this person was. There's no sort of build up. You saw at the beginning, no character built at all.
Yeah, he rings us, doesn't he? He's like, "Oh, help me!" There's no like, "Oh, I need help because this general's giving me classification code."
They didn't even give a conversation to have with him at the beginning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. He was just sat there in silence eating gummy bears.
Yeah, and then Harp goes alone to find Leo. And to find out that Leo's killed his way to the missile silo, which would have been fun to see, but we didn't see it. I imagine it was probably in there but got cut. Leo arms missile, but he hears Harp making a noise. Leo pins Harp to a wall like by his throat, and Harp shoots him in the stomach.
This is what I don't get though, because he's supposed to be faster, smarter, and stronger. He would have noticed he had a gun on him. He would have just disabled him.
Did he pull it from his pocket or did he pull it from Leo's pocket?
I don't know.
No, he would have pulled it from his
You'd think whatever reaction he did, that him having thing there, he'd be able to sense him reacting.
Yeah.
But
it's a bit of a plot device, want it to be like,
because that guy, the guy who's the main character, Gummy Bear guy, he's got no experience training, combat or anything like that. He knows he's a rifle.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. He's not been in the field.
He's basically just a rookie.
Yeah.
So they basically they make him shit for the entire film, and then the last ending scene, he wrecks like probably one of the most powerful AI soldiers going.
Yeah.
Fair enough, like that guy might not have wanted to kill him.
Oh, well, forgot to mention he's been given an assault rifle with incendiary rounds, which explode at impact.
Yeah.
Harp shoots him in the stomach, but then Gummy Bear passes out. He's had him at wall by his throat, and but I can't remember what he was doing, but he seemed to be taking forever to arm this nuke. Harp wakes up. Hart wakes up as Dunn is what? Wakes up as Dunn is in position.
Oh, good. Oh, as a guy's in position to set the nukes off.
And missile is readying up. Shoots Leo with incendiary rounds, but can't shut off the missile. That's when the drone comes in. His mate from earlier, who was going to shoot the drone. But they have this really long, dragged-out dialogue scene when Mackie's on the floor, mangled. He's been shot with this incendiary round thing. And that's when he says that Leo is the face of a never-ending war and wants to show the US that it needs to end. Leo thinks that it's for the greater good, and Harp tells him Gummy Bear tells him that the greater good is that humans can learn and be better. And you don't see Gummy Bear drive off, but the drone shoots the missile and the missile explodes, and it's like they're like, Harp, Lieutenant Harp, can you hear me? Can you hear me? He's like, mission accomplished, driving off into the sunset.
There's no way he got out in time. I'm sorry.
I know.
No,
It took him
Arnold,
like 20 minutes just to get up that bloody building.
he
Wasn't
Predator
it like-
Schwarzenegger run away, didn't he?
Yeah. How many seconds were left?
Like 4.
Yeah. What was he? The Flash?
Yeah. But that's what I've got plot wise. I've got a few little things. You have to deliver the vaccine. They have to delete a vaccine 21 clicks outside the enemy lines.
Yeah.
No, but outside the wire. Ooh, the name. Nuke sites are the Cold War ones. Old nuke sites from Cold War are still active. Anthony is see-through, 4th generation biotech. He's a robot. People obviously don't like Harp for killing Marines. There's one scene where he gets beat up.
Yeah.
It's called Gummy Bear. Mackie thinks Harp did the right thing. Should have got a medal. Harp is the one breaking the rules technically because captain's internals about down if he breaks the rules. What the fuck have I put down here?
You don't understand your own notes.
I've put because captain's internals about down if he breaks the rules. What I meant to put is is Leo's internals shut down if he breaks military rules.
Yeah.
That was the failsafe thing that they put
That was the
into
failsafe that he pulled out of his back. But because he's there, he called it a paradox of command. So Harp has to follow Leo because Leo is his captain, but he can follow Gummy Bear because he's human and he's not, I guess.
That's what I got confused. I think it's because once you remove that chip, he no longer has to obey by that authority. So he can basically access the part where he has his own free thinking.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
allows him to disobey
I
orders.
do think it tried to be a bit too much than it was.
Well, they've got characters in there. They don't develop on them, so character development is poor.
What, like the guns?
Well, the guns aren't characters; they're just
No, I mean like for the rest of the characters, like they aren't
There.
like they don't explain enough about them. Like it's just like you see them for about 5 minutes and then that's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's no real like interest in any of the characters. It's
The
all
only
focused
character,
on, like 3 people.
the only character who has a proper arc really is Harp. Like he gets put in with Leo. He's a bit of a wimp because he's never been on the field before. He's only done simulations and paperwork and revision and stuff, and flown drones from like some office somewhere. So he starts off being a bit of a wimp, and then there's that whole drone strike thing where civilians get killed, and then he kind of hardens up a bit. Not in that way, Simon. Shush. And so there's that. I suppose that's done quite well.
Yeah.
Mackie doesn't really have a thing.
No
arc,
backstory.
really.
He explains
Yeah,
what he is, but there's no like hint to his creator or anything like that.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see like
Well,
how
obviously-
he was made to that
Yeah.
to be that AI. But
I mean, there was a little bit. There just wasn't much to fully understand on one thing. Anyway, I wouldn't rush out to watch it again, but I would in like a couple of years.
If you're struggling to like find something to watch, like if like, you're bored, like there's not to watch on TV, like
Yeah.
there is really, to be fair.
yeah,
But if you're on Netflix and there's like now to watch, just watch it. It's a decent. It's like an average film. Like, you can stick it on, you can watch it. You understand what's happening, but it's like the action's good.
yeah.
Storyline's a bit meh. Character development's a bit meh, but it's just worth a watch. It's like a very average
Right,
film.
aren't
Or
Yeah.
you better watch
It
the
would've
old
been-
guard.
It would have been nice
or
to
watch the Old
see,
Guard or
watch The
Extraction.
Old Guard or
with,
Extraction, yeah.
Chris Hemsworth.
or the film with Ryan Reynolds, Six Underground, I think it was called.
No.
That was
That was
alright.
alright. That is that the one where he's
It's,
he has that team of like 3
Dead
runners in that?
people. Yeah.
it's just bigasm all the way through in it.
But like,
It's just that Six Underground is just Bay, Michael Bay, just Michael Bay. You've got your own money, do what the fuck you want.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a good film though.
but
I
it would
enjoyed parts of it, but it dragged on a bit too much.
But with the Outside the Wire, I would have liked to seen like even if it was just a short like 10 minutes of seeing what Mackie's backstory was and how he became an AI.
Aye, yeah. Well, he's not become an AI. He's not a cyborg. He's completely robotic. He is a machine. He's not Mackie. This guy, Captain Leo, hasn't been put in a robot's body. He's completely android. He's an android, which means he's 100% robot. No human part, machine, algorithm, mechanical chaos. What do you reckon then, Mook? What do you think of the information put to you?
It sounds alright, but I've also not seen the old guard, so I get the feeling like I should watch that first.
Yeah, they're not connected at all, but it's just because Old Guard's quite good.
Yeah,
as a film, especially as a Netflix film.
I'd say Old Guard's much better than Outside the Wire.
Yeah,
by far.
So what is it? Just the ending that's bad?
It's like they try to cram too much in. Like they force this twist that Leo is the bad guy, and it just feels too forced for me. But other than that, like the rest of it's fine. If they built towards it better or hinted towards it earlier on, then it might
made it a bit long.
Yeah,
made the film a bit longer as well.
No, I wouldn't say longer. It was over 2 hours long.
Yeah, the film's long enough. It's just the way
they just needed some little snippets at the beginning and closer to the middle, rather than it all being in the third act that he turns out to be a bad guy. The first 2 acts needed a little bit of foreshadowing, I think, to him becoming the bad guy, and they didn't. Rather than him being ruthless and like
maybe like a clip of him like getting
machine.
assembled and everything, and like it goes like present day. Commander thing. He's working for this.
Yeah. But yeah, as I said, 3.5-ish out of 5.
Yeah, I'd say 4.
Decent action, decent effects. Acting's all right. There's no bad acting, I suppose. I wouldn't go and give Mackie an Oscar for it.
Gummy Bear's a bit lacking, I think.
I think he's quite new, isn't he? I've not seen him before.
No.
He's a new actor, but I mean, he's.
Give him time. He'll be in other things.
I can't remember who he is. Right, let me just give him a quick IMDb search. Outside the Fence. Can't find it. Well, I put it in wrong. It's got a 5.3 on IMDb. Damson.
Yes, it's about average of our scores really if we compare it to 5.
Damson Idris. He's called Jaden in an episode of Black Mirror, 2019. There's not in anything else I've seen before.
He's in
Casualty on BBC.
It's
a bloody good show, that.
He was in 2017's Rex, the one about the dog in the military.
Was he? Where's that?
Apparently.
I must have scrolled past that.
Movies and TV shows.
Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't say it wasn't god awful, but it was just, for this film it was pretty decent, you know. As I say, I've not seen him in anything else, so I can't really say out on that. Yeah. Question is though, have you seen it? What do you think about it? Are we
Comment
made
below.
you want to watch it? Do you not want to watch it? Do you think we're just blabbering shit?
I think that this podcast's about is just us blabbering shit.
We do just blabber. Blah, 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 blah. Anybody else got anything else to say?
Liam, you've been quiet.
I've not seen it ever, so there's not a lot I can say about it.
Would you watch it though if you had time?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'll check out.
What do you mean if if he's got time. Got plenty of time. We're in lockdown.
Lockdown, baby. You might have a second job for you, no? Might have got bored of going to Sainsbury's for a couple of months.
No.
You don't know these things. Unless you've got some dodgy hidden camera system.
Yep.
Anyway, that will be the show then. We have covered our news, we've covered our topics.
Reviews.
So have you seen the Wandavison? Have you been watching Wandavison? Have you seen Upside the Fence? If you haven't...
Outside the fence.
if you haven't,
Outside the wire.
if you haven't seen
Oh, fucking hell, I'm a great one.
if you haven't seen them, watch Wandavison and then maybe watch Inside the Wire. And
Comment below.
comment below. Let us
see
know what you think.
What you think.
I was getting to that bit, Simon, and you cut me off, you little dick.
Slow.
Yeah, nothing else to say. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you have, please remember to smack the like button and subscribe. I don't know how it all works and everything else, but you can
Put the
follow us
bell
on Spotify and all that much. You can follow us on Twitter, on Instagram at the Whole My Cape Pod. And we've all got our own little Instagram links on there as well, those of us who use Instagram. And we're all on YouTube as well. No, we're not.
Well,
I am.
yeah. Mook is as well.
Mook's got a YouTube channel.
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
I barely
he doesn't-
touch it, but I do have it.
Yeah. Simon's got his stupid stuff going on Twitch and on YouTube and on Twitter.
Just
all
recently
at
posted as well.
I might be returning to Twitch.
Dun, 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 dun,
Possible.
Inside
dun,
scoop.
dun. Yeah.
Possible return.
And I'm on Twitch as well at the Very Big Fish. I got my logo on my chest. Look.
I've got logo on my hoodie.
Yeah, but mine's better than yours.
Sure.
So check
Yours just a fish.
the Apex Gecko on
Mine's
Twitch
a
for
robot.
more updates.
Yeah, the Apex
There's
Gecko,
updates,
the
but
Very Big
I'll be back
Fish,
soon.
Cyborg329, all on
Yeah.
Twitch and on
Twitch,
Twitter
Twitter and YouTube.
and YouTube. If you type in Apex Gecko on anything, it doesn't come up because it doesn't exist. The only no, what I mean is that if you go on YouTube and type in the Apex Gecko and Tom doesn't show up, don't worry yourself.
Don't cry.
He hasn't got a YouTube channel.
Just check it on Google. Type in the Apex Gecko on Google,
Yeah.
and it'll come up my Twitch.
Yep.
and my
And
Facebook.
yeah, that is us.
Let's
See you
wrap
later.
it up.
Thanks for watching.
If we don't see you,
Have a good time.
if
Good
we don't
week. I'll
see
see
you
you for
again,
windy.
yeah. I was
Perfect.
trying to think of the other one. What was the other one?
No likey, no lighty.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
That'll do.
Hold my cape.
Ha! Didn't get to ruin it that time, did you, Simon, by trying to join in, little dick.
Yeah.